Okay, here is some more genetic information on those of us who are being mislabeled today as blacks and African Americans. We are the true Native American Indians. Okay? Now, the word native, again, is a genetic word. Native means, or is referring to, the genetic traits of our people. Okay? This is why we say, why we specify, right? We specify who we're referring to by adding the name of the land. See, we say Native Asians, right? A Native European, a Native African, a Native, American, right? Those, ending words, right, distinguish, right, who you're referring to. Because depending on where you are, where you were genetically born on the earth, dictates your race, your native, your nation, your nationality, right? Your natural state. See? The word race, the word native and race are synonymous to one another because both are describing genetic traits or genetic traits. Um, so this is very important. Um, so you should be able to see when you start talking about skin pigments, right? The word race is also involved. The word nature or native, natural. See, nature is involved. Okay? This is the importance, see again, of native. So, see, all people on the planet, because again, nature, right? When it produced people, it gave the dominant skin pigment, right, which is the brown, right, to all people on the planet in the beginning. See, this is the importance, see, of the connection. See the connection? Nature, native, natural. See, the first. Okay. Now, here's an example here, right? Freckles. Freckles are just, you're really talking about the two skin pigments. You're talking about uromelanin and pheomalanin. Okay? But now, know this, or let me say this first. So, like you see here, what I wrote, right? Freckles are just the uromelanin exerting itself because it's dominant. It wants to dominate. It's dominant. So it's going to bleed out. It's going to show out. It's going to come out, right, of the pheomalanin skin pigment. Okay, so when you see, right, these breakdowns, these genetic breakdowns over here on the right side, when you see all this stuff, and you know they're talking about skin pigment, right, and they use words like freckles, understand, they're just talking about, they're describing the nature and the behavior of your melanin. It is always going to dominate. It is always going to show itself. Okay, because uh, uh, um. So here's another thing I want you to be aware of. When you go and research the genetic books, okay. See, these are not my terms. I didn't come up with the term pink man, right? These are in the genetic books. The genetic books say that pheomalanin is of a reddish, pinkish hue. See? So, the proper term, it should not be, white people. See, if you're talking about their skin pigment, now, it's pink. So you should be saying pink people, the pink man, or the pink women. See? Politically and, stuff like that, you got white people and black people. See? This is how who did that in the Americas? What's the name? Um, yeah, go research that. Walter Plecker, right? Walter Plecker. So they started classifications. So these are black and white are classification terms. Okay, they're political terms. But genetically, right, you have brown people, right, and pink skinned people. Now, I'm saying this to let you know, to be aware, like when you go Google the comparisons of uromelanin and pheomalanin, and they gave like these little color charts. Notice how next to the pheomalanin chart, they kind of give you these dark pigments, like almost going to the reds and the browns, and see, browns and reds in there. No. See? No. In genetics, right? Pheomalanin is pink. It's pink. It is of a pinkish, right, reddish hue. Okay, so that's all. So you see those comparisons of uromelanin and pheomalanin, and they give you those dark colors over there on the pheomalanin side. No, that's somebody doing something else. That's a conversation about something else. That's some makeup or some lipstick or whatever they're trying to do. Okay? And how do we know these things? Because see, it has to be everything. These observations that we make. Okay? See, science is really, or it's supposed to be, right? Because the word science, it actually means to know. Okay? The word science means to know. So how do we know things? Well, through our observations. We look at shit, right? So how do we know that pheomalanin is of a pinkish hue? It's pink. It's not. How do we know that? Well, you get the a person on the planet, right? The people of the planet of the most darkish, the most dark brown, unmelanin skin pigment, and look at their hands. Look at the palm of the hands. Look at the palm. Look at the bottom of their feet. It's pink, right? It's pink. So and then you see that's why it says pheomalanin is of a pinkish reddish hue. See, because it's not just pink. It kind of goes into the red too. So that color that you see, right, on the bottom of the darkest brown man or woman on the planet, that is pheomalanin. Okay, so it's not orange, it's not tan or this. No, it's of a pinkish reddish hue. It's in that, it blends in there in that category, that degree like that. But there's no brown and orange and yellow in there like that. On your hands, the palm of your hands, and the bottom of your feet. Okay. So did I miss anything? All right. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Okay. So very important stuff when you start talking about these different genetic topics. Remember, don't use political terms, right? Use genetic terms when you start talking about genetics. All right.